All right, boys.
Can't do that with the Michelob Ultra, bro.
I said boys. Boys! I'm Ludwig. All right, we are back with On a Tuesday, our first episode of 2024. Woo!
I wish we had
The little spinner things.
little spinner things fire.
Yeah. But yeah, man, 2024, 2023, maybe not one of our finest years, aside from the podcasts. I think we've had some better years.
Well, we did nothing.
We really didn't, dude. We were unproductive.
We were
lazy.
talking earlier how 2023, I slept like shit.
Mhm.
I drank way too much alcohol. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
I would say I was putting up COVID numbers.
Yeah.
Just didn't really care about like growing the stream. Didn't care about. I didn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, I don't know what we were doing. We
just lived like.
we kind of just treated last year like it was our last year doing anything important in terms of fun. We were just like, let's get it all out.
Well, dude, it's because
Go back to working next year.
when you play a bunch of Melee and like you're actually traveling and
Mhm.
stuff, like sometimes like I miss out on fun events all the time because
Yeah.
we're at tournaments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So having that ability to be like, no, fuck it, we're doing this, that shit was tight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it sounds like 2024. We're both trying to get back on the grind. I know you want to play a bunch of Melee. I want to play a bunch of Melee. We got big plans for the Patreon. You just started Spaceys Jam.
Spacey Jam.
I like to say Spaceys, but
Spacey's Jam?
it makes more sense to say Spacey Jam.
Spacey sounds better.
But I can't help it. I always say Spaceys. It's an accident.
Yeah. No, that's going well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's been a good start. Dude, this whole week I ate really healthy. Eating an edible before bed
Mm-hmm.
changed my life. I eat it like at 11, go to bed like at 1:32.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I always wake up at 7 a.m. because I have my son and 3 dogs. So when the house wakes up, if you have dogs, or any animal in general.
They're just extra kids.
Yeah, just
essentially.
having another kid. So like when JoJo's getting ready for school,
Mhm.
I got to get up. And even if I don't get up, because pretty much Lauren does the morning shift.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the night shift. It's a system. And I usually wake up because the dogs are getting up, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, and I don't want to get up because I go to bed like at 2:30. I don't want to wake up at 7, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But now since the edible's hitting, I'm just so fucking high. When I wake up at 7, I go back to bed. And I go back to bed in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because before I'd wake up, because like I'll take the dogs out. Lauren's getting JoJo ready. I'll take the dogs out.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just high. I'm just like, nope. I just roll back in my little cocoon. I'm
Just
like,
a little roly poly.
wake up at 10:30. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I've been did that. I know you've been playing basketball.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm joining soon.
Yeah. You gonna join the over 30 league?
Yeah, and then I'm actually buying my workout bike this week, and I'm trying to. I think we just drank so much and ate so shitty last year
Yeah.
that like I'm good. Even right now, like I drank yesterday for 40 Friday, and today I'm like, we'll just sip.
Sip a little
We
bit.
just partied too hard that I think
Dude,
it just needs to be toned back a little bit.
it was a year and a half. Like, I think I'm a bigger guy, so it's like I'm just kind of used to being the big guy. I'm always like, I don't give a fuck. I'm big. It is what it is. I live my life one quarter mile at a time, like Vin Diesel.
Hmm
But at the end of the year, this year, I was like, wait a minute. All my clothes getting a little tight.
No, I think everybody watching this knows
Yeah.
when your clothes are a little snug and you're like,
I was like,
it feels so bad.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the year, I might have gone up a size. And now that I'm a size bigger, the clothes is still getting tighter. I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to Mango about this.
I tell you, my fat moment when I know I'm getting fucking a little chubby is when I walk up my stairs.
Mm-hmm.
If my belly just jiggles a little bit, I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when I'm getting like fat, drinking beer, eating Jack in the Box, I walk up, stomach jiggles, and I have little titties that jiggle.
your little man titties.
And then I'm like, I always immediately stop drinking beer for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do go through your anti-beer phases. Funny enough.
I'm on one right now, but I'm having this, and
For
I had
the
some. No,
fucking
even yesterday I had
podcast.
seltzers.
Seltzers. Yeah,
I can't have a seltzer on a Tuesday.
that is true.
I feel like that goes against the vibe of on a Tuesday.
Yeah, Alex would be pissed at us.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
is for Alex. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, seltzer. You know, it's funny. Speaking of seltzers, I remember when they first came out, like a little before COVID, I think it was.
We all
Because I know
made
during
fun of
COVID they blew up, and I didn't want to have them because I'm old school, so I thought they were like
them.
lame
They're just
and
whack,
like
yeah.
you're just lame. It's like you're drinking a seltzer, bro. Like
Yeah.
get a fucking beer, pussy.
Mhm.
Like that kind of mentality. And then my neighbor, I'm really cool with my neighbor. If you guys don't know, like I go over his house, we
Mark.
drink brewskis, the whole shebang. It's my boy.
Mhm.
And I remember I show up and he has seltzers. I'm like, I make fun of him, just.
Yeah.
Because, like, for the record, if you drink, like, girly drinks, I don't actually care. You drink what you want to drink.
Yeah.
But I will make fun of you for the sake of making fun of you.
You just got to throw out the zinger.
But just know I don't care. You want to drink some the fruitiest shit?
Yeah.
More power to you. But I will make fun of you just for the sake of just doing it. I feel like that's the. And he had them, and I was like, I had one, and I was like,
not too bad, huh?
because I think I think everyone needs to rewind to when they first had one.
Yeah.
Because now I've had over like 1,000, and I'm so over them.
Mm.
But when you first have it, you're like,
Oh, wait a minute.
and then he's like, yeah, you don't really get that hungover, and bro, you don't get fat, and like you just feel good. And I was like,
Sounds like a cheat code. Man.
yeah, and I was like, okay. So then I would drink them secretly, because then you started secretly drinking them.
I don't really remember drinking them, but that is funny.
I feel like you were like, bro, you got it. I was like, and I made fun of you.
Yeah.
And then I refused to. So the only time I would drink them was when I went to my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a few streams where I would have them, but I would pour it into a cup. And no one knew I was drinking a seltzer.
You were fucking. Oh my god.
I was too embarrassed because I was like,
It was like a sponsor stream. You couldn't go against
Yeah.
your sponsor. Yeah.
so I remember, and then I had to just come out, and I'm like, no, these are the fucking bee's knees.
Yeah. No, dude. Initially, they were fucking tight. I know for sure I don't know what it was about it. I definitely did not get hangovers with them.
No,
Like,
the first like 800 times I got drunk on them.
Yeah.
I wake up.
It was weird.
I swear during COVID they weren't something in the ingredients. They were just keeping people to buy them, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't feel. They were whatever makes you hungover.
They were throwing those.
They were taking it
vitamins,
out.
You know, like the like alkaline waters or whatever.
Mhm.
They got like the extra pH bullshit. They were throwing extra of that.
something didn't make sense.
Because I didn't get hungover for shit.
Because during COVID I was drinking 6 to 10 a day. And before you judge me, I know a lot of you were drinking 6 to 10 seltzers a day too.
Mm-hmm.
But me, it was like I wake up, no hangover, and I'm staying up till 3
Yeah.
a.m. eating fast food on my 10th seltzer. Fucking washing down my Jack Tacos with the fucking White Claw. Wake up, just do it
Yeah,
again. I
dude.
just felt fantastic.
That's fucking funny. I remember the true test was I'd hung out with Romeo for the first time in like years. I hadn't seen him in like maybe five plus years or so. Just we went more full into Melee. We kind of stopped. We were so focused on content creation and like Melee for a while that I think we lost touch with a lot of like homies that didn't play Melee and travel.
Yeah.
And so I caught up with him like one time. We just hung out, whatever. And he like invited me and Kathy to like a cabin birthday trip that they were doing. And that was like my second time seeing him and hanging out. And I told him I was drinking White Claws at the time. It was during quarantine, like 2022 or whatever. And we bought like fucking, I don't know, 48 White Claws or something. I'm not even fucking shitting you. And one day I drank like 32.
Yeah, you could pound. I was drinking like there was many times where I had
Yeah.
like 24
It was
casual.
Like, it was like 2 p.m. to like 2 in the morning. I just drank 32
Dude,
White
they're-
Claws.
you're just sipping on them. You don't even realize.
Yeah.
Like,
And I woke up at like, I passed out probably like 3 in the morning. Woke up at like 6 a.m. Everyone was passed out. I was like essentially just in my boxers. And it was like it was winter, like straight up. So it was like 10 degrees wherever the fuck we were at, whatever, Big Bear or whatever. And I remember just doing the Leonidas, standing butt naked. I was like, damn, I don't feel hungover at all. And I was just had the window open. It was like 10 degrees in my
chonies?
boxers. Yeah. Kathy woke up. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, what? And I was like, I just getting some fresh air. She's like, babe, it's fucking freezing. Please.
everyone's just cold
I was
as
like, all
shit.
right, damn. Closed the window, went to bed, woke up a couple hours later. No hangover.
No, I don't. I'm
It
telling
didn't
you.
make sense. Huh.
We were also a little younger.
It was a couple years ago, bro. I don't think. I mean, maybe the 30 hill really does kick.
My hurting from alcohol started happening like at like 29, 30.
So it's just COVID. COVID ruined everything.
COVID might have accelerated it because, oh my God, it was so bad. So fucking bad.
All right. Well, besides all that, main thing we wanted to talk about today was definitely Melee 2024 as a whole. And there's nothing bigger to talk about than Genesis. You know what I'm saying? I think most of the years going into Genesis, we're usually gassed out from partying so hard that we don't really give a fuck about practicing for Genesis.
I think I
'Cause-
will always
yeah.
say it. I think most people agree that I've always hated that Genesis starts the year off.
Yeah.
It's like nothing, biggest tournament of the year.
Yeah.
And how you do at this tournament will be brought up for the next 10 to 11 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I didn't make top 8 at Genesis or I suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you didn't do good at Genesis. It's like, it lingers
So
on you all
annoying,
year.
dude,
But when you
yeah.
do good at Genesis, like, that can carry. You can do
Mhm.
bad at the next 2 or 3 events.
You know what's extra annoying for us is we're straight up just Hispanic, so we're idiots and we celebrate holidays and birthdays like it's a month-long celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So we go from Big House into November, which is my birthday, into Thanksgiving, which is a lot of family gatherings, parties, whatever. And then we go into December, which is your birthday, straight into Christmas, into
Mhm.
New Year's, which is just family parties.
No, that's why I love December.
Yeah,
December's just
that's why I like November. Yeah,
yeah, just 2-month party.
yeah. So for us, it's like always big house into 2 months of family parties, gatherings, birthday parties.
Unless there's like
holidays.
I mean, there used to be like a summit because after Big House,
Mhm.
usually it was always like 1 or 2 events.
Yeah.
But usually just back in the golden days, December was like nobody did anything in
Yeah,
December.
yeah, yeah.
These last 2 years, it got a little crowded, which I don't think there should be shit in December.
Mhm.
I think people are traveling. That's like
Yeah, and they like stopped counting for the rankings, even don't they?
yeah. So I
Weird.
never got it, but I pretty much started playing Melee try hard this week.
Yeah, I've been watching. A little bit here and
I'm
there.
I'm feeling pretty. So from today is the 13th, all the way to Genesis, which is like 15th, 16th. I will be going in. We'll both be going in with a month of practice.
Yeah.
I have never gone into Genesis with a month of
That
practice.
was the main thing I was trying to bring up. Is I feel like after Big House, we usually kind of just chill. We're just like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll play casually for stream, but it's not like grinding,
Never, yeah, yeah.
practicing. Yeah. So it's kind of cool starting off the year the way we are, where we're just like, you know what, it's time. Let's get back into the groove. Genesis. Fuck. I mean, yeah, a month plus of practice going to Genesis, like grinding. I'm doing like 4 hours a day. I think you've been doing like more than that, honestly,
I'd
right?
be like 4 to 6.
4 to 6, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were actually finding different matchups to play too. I've been noticing that.
I'm trying, but I'm waiting for Spark. Spark's my hero.
Spark will be big.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have good internet too.
Well, fucking Jake is supposed to move to SoCal, right? Is that actually happening?
I'm
right now?
waiting,
'Cause that'd be
waiting
cool.
for my hero J-Mook to save me.
Yeah. If you actually got to practice with J-Mook, shit, I think he's such a homie. He'd probably practice with me too. Please, Jake, come on now. But yeah, no, that'd be cool if we got J-Mook on the West Coast. Just for practice sake, I think that'd be dope for our scene and region as a whole. Because SoCal's been a little weird with motivation. I feel like it's like a bunch of the little guys trying to catch up, and then the big guys just being kind of lazy. Johnny obviously moved away. Kadoran, I don't know what the fuck Kadoran does.
We live in San Diego.
He lives in San Diego,
That's the problem.
yeah, so he doesn't really
He's just
show
so
up for
far.
stuff.
It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. We lost like a lot of our bigger players. I feel like not like we lost them, but like Face Rule stopped playing. Fucking, we don't really have anyone outside of like what Shep, you, Kadoran now. I think as like top 20 players in SoCal.
Mm-hmm.
Having only 3 is kind of crazy. We were always like stacked as fuck
We're
in
always
SoCal.
stacked, yeah.
So it's kind of weird right now. But J-Mook would be fucking huge, I think, for like all of us.
That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. Which I hopefully gets here eventually.
Well, I agree.
But I think going in, I'll get my Fizz Wiggle Johns out of the way. When I lost to Fizz Wiggle, it's when I did my month-long league.
You're straight, dude. You played so much fucking league that year.
I remind my editor I'm gonna send him my eyes. There's a picture on my stream where it looks like I'm like cross-faded, fucked up, and I'll have my right here. My editor's gonna show you. I'm gonna have it on the screen. Fucking just playing league. I'm not joking. 12 to 16 hours a day, and it was bad. Like so many times I'd go to bed like at 8 a.m. and JoJo's getting ready for school or some
That's
shit.
so fucking
He's like, "Wow,
funny.
Dad, you're up early," and I'm like,
Thanks, son.
I am up early. I think I'm gonna go to bed though. He's like, okay, good night, and like whatever. And I'm just like lying to my son. It was bad. Like I tell a story on stream all the time. I guess I'll just tell it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just playing League. Like when I say 14, 16 hours a day, this is not exaggeration. I would stream easily 12 hours a day, go to bed, wake up, play like 4 hours before stream, turn on stream,
Dude, yeah.
rinse and repeat.
It was crazy.
I didn't leave the house. I didn't go to dinners. I just sat there, ate, drank.
Dude, yeah.
All I did was play League.
You would was I working for you at that point yet?
No, you weren't
No,
there.
right? Yeah, yeah. I feel like I would message you and you would like straight up just tell me you were playing League, and it'd be like straight up like noon. Like it was crazy because you wouldn't start streaming until like 4 or
Yeah,
5.
we just played League.
So you were just playing
before.
League hours before you even started stream, and then you'd play from beginning of stream to end of stream. So that shit was nuts.
No, and like my mood was altered. Like if I had a good day, I was the happiest person. If I had a bad day,
Yeah,
I always say like Lauren would be like, want to hang out? I'm like, no.
you were just living the true fucking life of despair.
It was great.
It was all controlled by one game.
I loved it, and it was funny because like it made me like really horny for like Misfortune. I was like, fuck, like in my head, like just playing, I was like, oh, I fucking love Misfortune.
Like
Bob.
the character.
Yeah, like the in the game characters, I was like, they're so fucking hot. And then like my outside horny was 0.
Yeah.
Like the thought of a real woman, like just did nothing. I was like, no.
The way
Like
you
I was
s- oh,
so
man.
like
You were in the fucking zone.
I was
dude.
just like everything.
Yeah.
Like I only cared about League.
Mhm.
And
Miss Fortune is a fucking baddie though.
oh,
That is a baddie and a half.
I had her. I had my pool Caitlyn skin,
Pool Kate. Okay.
the sneaky costume.
Oh yeah.
And fucking
It's your sneaky costume. Shout out to Sneaky.
shout out to sneaky. Yeah, that's all I did, and then I went into Genesis
Mhm.
and just fucking played so awful because I practiced for like a week and a half.
Yeah, dude. You were
Literally
the,
didn't even touch melee.
you were
for
the
like,
king of the cram sessions like a week before.
I know. That's why this
tournaments.
year I'm cutting it out.
Yeah, which is funny because I kind of did that too, and I didn't even mean to. It just kind of would happen, just because
Mhm.
it was like, I was like, I'll practice melee later.
Yeah, then
I'll
you
practice
realize,
later,
like,
yeah.
And then you realize like you only practice 2 weeks, and it's like 2 weeks is kind of nothing. It's
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
still fucking shit up at 2 weeks.
Agreed.
I think a month is like solid. I would like 2 months, but there's
Yeah.
no world I would ever practice for 2 months with nothing.
Especially because there's nothing after either.
Yeah, that's why I like when there's like 5 tournaments in like a 3 month span. It's like
You use them.
melee.
Yeah.
It's like we're only playing melee.
It's you're just completely in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pre-John's aside, like you said, with
Wait, real quick. I just want to take this moment to call out Bond, who was hating on my League of Legends journey. Because I want everyone to know I started, like, I hit, like, bronze 5.
Yeah.
And ask anybody and post in the comments, going bronze 5 to gold is the most impressive thing.
Mhm.
Because you get people who are smurfing, and they're just way better than you, obviously. And you
Yeah.
get people who are actually the worst League of Legends players of all time.
Mhm.
And every game is just you fighting for your life, trying your best. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
And I fucking did it. I was playing, 16 hours a day. And I remember Bond, you said, was making fun of me.
Yeah.
Because I was just, the first, 2 weeks, all I did was lose. I did not win a single
Yeah,
game
yeah,
of League
yeah.
of Legends.
In his defense, at that time specifically, before the next chapter of that story, we the year before had played League of Legends together with Duo Queued, and I think we hit gold from like silver in like a week.
Yeah, you just had a nasty.
Yeah,
Nasty
it was
run.
one some fucking weapon. It was like a dagger or something with like it made assassins fucking ridiculous.
You just
And
cheesed it.
it was just if you got the first kill, you would snowball so hard
No
that
matter
the game
what,
was
yeah.
over. Yeah.
Mhm.
You would just I played Nocturne and Diana, and it was just like if you got the first kill, that was
It's
it.
over.
Yeah, it was done. You were gonna have like 16 kills after that because you would just level up so fucking fast and just start nuking people.
Mhm.
So that's why he fucking thought you were a
He
joke.
thought I was just
Yeah.
bad. I mean, I was bad.
And
but-
then after he saw you stuck there for a while, he's like, "Fuck it, I want to see if I can climb." And he started doing solo queues, and he got. That might have been the most angry I've seen Vaughn like in his entire life. Like he was just so pissed. For, like,
Yeah,
a
it
week.
was frustrating, dude.
Yeah, and it was dude, it was the era of Hullbreaker too, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
think? So dude,
Scions are just doing the cheesiest shit.
Hullbreaker's so.
And Scion
whack,
comes back to
dude.
life.
Yeah,
So you got Scion just running at tower.
he
And
would just nuke a tower every time he went down.
and their
lane.
little fucking clone would come back, and then it's just like, this is so brain dead and
the
stupid.
tower was gonna die no matter what.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
And he just didn't give a fuck.
And then how long did he last?
He only played for like a week, and he said, "Fuck this, I don't play anymore." He was pissed.
I just wanted to make fun of Bond.
Yeah.
So back to Genesis. That's why, if you look at Genesis historically,
Mm-hmm.
it's my worst tournament. It's funny because I won the first one. The first 4, I think it was 4, Mango Armada. Mango Armada was fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then Armada retired, and then I've done absolutely
Nothing
nothing.
at Genesis.
Because, last year I had my mental breakdown.
Have you only won one Genesis?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
That's the Armada tournament. Now it's becoming the Zane tournament.
Okay.
But I did win the first one.
Yeah.
That's why if I win first and 10, it's kind of cool.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, yeah, always going in. That's why Genesis is my worst tournament.
Yeah.
Because, it's just hard, I think, if you're a competitor to go from, fucking upside down Jaeger bombs to, all right.
I think it's like I said, it's a us problem, and it's a funny John, but it's a John at the end of the day. But either way, it's like a John, and it's just actually what we're doing. We just straight up start partying from November to December.
Yeah, it's hard to get back
Yeah.
into, because to win a melee tournament or do good, especially in this current era, I have to hate you when I play you.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to be like, fuck you. I'm going to grime you. The era of, homie stocks, we're playing for
No,
fun.
that shit's done.
That's just long
It's
gone.
a game of hate right
It's
now.
game of hate,
Yeah.
and you have to want to win.
And these little kids are fucking hateful, man.
They have hate in their
They're
hearts.
fucking
But in their
hateful.
defense, they grew up with hate because when they were getting good, the hate was...
already
We
there.
came from the fun.
Mhm.
Let's go for hard reads. Let's stun on
Hard
each other.
reads, you drink a beer together after.
Yeah.
These kids want to fucking
They don't. I don't think they drink
twit
after.
longer each other.
Yeah. I don't know what
pure,
the fuck they're
pure
doing.
hate.
Yeah,
man.
they hate it.
C scene at 140%. Good call.
I'm jealous.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the point being is month of practice going to Genesis. You're also trying to do the fucking Genesis boot camp the week before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've talked about that on your stream, right? A little bit.
Yeah, so I think this year what I want to do, if you guys don't know, if you're a diehard Melee, you saw Zane, we did a little boot camp at Zane's. And
Zane didn't invite me.
Joey had work.
I still like an invitation.
I think, well, we went as far as to invite Moki, and he said no. There's no way you were getting invited.
It was a very low year for me.
Yeah.
My goal this year, 2024, is to be invited to the next Big House boot camp, and I will. Goddammit.
So we did that, and like it brought me back to the old days of like let's get everyone together and let's boot camp the days before. I feel like that's kind of lost because of Slippy.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like let's grind. But we went to Zane's and we played just like 3 days on LAN, and I was like, man, this really brought me back. So I was like, I need to bring that back. So what I want to do this year, and for all the tournaments I deem
worthy
boot camp, like not even worthy, just like something like Gommel, just because Toronto's so fucking sick.
Toronto boot camp would be huge.
Yeah, like put us
That'd be
somewhere
cool.
like in a cool area or like a big tournament. I'll be like, I'll go for a week. I want to just get an Airbnb with obviously good internet.
Yeah.
Ask the local TOs, be like, can I borrow some TVs? Which I don't. I'm pretty cool with most of the TOs. I think I'm cool with all the TOs. I can't see that being an issue.
Yeah, it seems like most of them love you.
And then like I get to Genesis Monday and we just boot camp. And if any top players want to show up a few days before, the house is open. It's just like an open house boot camp.
Yeah.
And you're probably asking, how good do you have to be to go? And if you have to ask that, you're probably not good enough.
Yeah.
So don't be showing up the front door. I don't have to tell you no.
Mm-hmm.
But you should know, like, you'll be good enough or you're homey enough.
Yeah.
You can be shit, but if you're homey enough, we'll find a place for you at the house.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I want to do, I think that'd just be fun. Not really worry about streaming. Get there early.
Yeah, we just set the stream up anyways.
Set the stream up, and we just play Melee all day.
Yeah, be
like
cool.
the old days.
Be chill.
Pretty much I want a 0.5. So I want to do it for Genesis and Big House for sure.
Mm.
I would love to do it for Gommel. Any of the other tournaments that are pretty good and not in a shit area.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know what's funny about this is essentially what we did unintentionally for Australia.
Yeah,
we got
exactly.
to Australia a week early and we just grinded every day.
How much fun was it?
Dude, it was
just
so dope.
Let's grind our balls off in Melee.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was after, like, it felt like we were at an office job. Sorry,
Yeah.
boys, let's show up,
Work for 8 hours.
play our 6 to 10 hours
dude,
of Melee.
we would literally play like 8
Yeah.
hours Melee a day.
And then we go have fun at night, wake up early, do it. And then I want to bring, I don't know, I like that. It's just,
It was dope, yeah.
and then
So-
everyone talks after, and it's like,
Yeah, no.
that's like the culture. That's so, it feels old school
I
Melee.
agree. I also think it'd be kind of cool if we are smart about it and we set up like the True Life style cams, like get like a giant, like just one cam panning on like the whole room and shit. So that way there's like there's multiple camera angles.
Ooh,
There's
I
the
have
one
what?
in front of the TV, one that captures the whole living room.
We have Cassidy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We have the greatest
I'll
cameraman at our
I'll-
disposal.
Yeah, I'll bring it up with Cassidy because I think like a fucking True Life style where there's like multiple camera angles.
Oh
would
my
be
god!
So
And
tight.
then what we do, Vincent, if you hear me, we set up another room where you can go do like confessional. Instead, I just fucked up Cody. I go to the other room.
or we just we get Cassidy to straight up run the confessional.
Yeah, we just camera. You have anything to say, and then
We make like a Jersey Shore skit.
and then we make a little video out of all the confessionals. I don't know. There's just
Yeah.
some free content there on top of it being funny.
What we
Like,
could do is like a bunch of like first to 10 or first to 5 even grudge matches with just different players,
mhm.
and loser can go in the confessional, talk about it.
Yeah, in the winter, like that's so fucking funny and
Yeah.
like easy.
Be a sick video.
So yeah, in theory, like it'll just be like a content Melee house,
Yeah.
and anyone wants to show up. Because I think I want to bring that culture back. I think we lost it with Slippy.
Yeah.
It's funny because Slippy, as great as it is, fucking one of the greatest inventions probably ever in the history of time.
Yeah.
But it took away a lot of old Melee things.
Essence.
Yeah, it took away a lot,
Essence.
but it gave us so much.
Yeah.
And it hired the level of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we definitely lost some of that old Melee.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not understand because they weren't around for the
Mhm.
more like heart-to-heart sessions, whatever the fuck you want to call them, face-to-face. It was more like sociable, more. It was just more homey, more fucking intimate is probably the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
As whack as that sounds, but dude,
It was
it was there were legit sessions. You were fucking fucking each other up. You couldn't rage at your keyboard. You couldn't fucking pick up your cat and shake him or do whatever the fuck you're doing when you're raging, you little weirdos at home. But like when you're in person, it was like, dude, fuck. Fucking bitch, you got me, whatever. It was
Yeah.
just like,
Do you remember STDs?
dude, Yes, I
So
do.
if you're an old school smasher, you know what an STD is. Like we're gonna have and everyone's like young, so you just make the worst STD jokes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro, we getting an STD this weekend?
Dude, what's funny about that is that's a very old school thing.
That's like 2005,
like
6.
90% of the viewers aren't gonna know what an STD is.
So if you guys know what STD is, smash till dawn.
It's a
And
smash
you just
fest.
played Smash till 8 a.m. Like
Yeah.
literally just play Smash until
Yeah.
you're playing Kirby Dittos at 5 a.m. And you'd always be like, STD,
Yeah.
man? STD? Like,
Yeah.
you're like fucking 16, so it's the funniest
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
thing
When we
in
were
the world.
16, it was fucking
Yeah,
funny.
we got STD this
Yeah.
weekend? I don't want an STD. Like, just fucking bullshit.
The best part about that is Bond. Bond's like, he's my homie, but he's like the biggest like hater of just being a sheep and being a part of like the
Any
cause.
kind of crowd or
yeah.
anything.
So like he actively wants to just hate the Smash community. He doesn't want to be a part of it, even though he like loves Smash.
Mm-hmm.
And when I told him about the STD thing, he thought it was the wackest thing he's ever heard. I'm like, you don't get it, dude. Just when you were 16,
It's hilarious
it was
when you're a
fucking
kid.
funny, and
Yeah.
it was just a thing, straight up. We used to say that shit all the time.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was just part of the community. It was STD.
STD, and everyone kind of giggles.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I did the analysis, anal.
Anal, yeah.
It's the exact same
thing.
just not really funny, but everyone just makes shitty jokes.
Yeah, it was like dad jokes, but there were like Smash jokes.
So I think we lost a lot of that essence, but I want to bring it back.
Bring
I
it
think
back.
the point fives and stuff.
0.5s, the boot camps. That sounds dope. One thing I want to bring up is the controller, because I've been rocking a Goomwave.
Yeah, you've been cheating.
For about 2 years. No, I haven't. I swear to God. I think the main two things that everyone complains about with Goomwave, as far as I know, are the dash out of crouch and the up tilt mode.
I've heard
up
those
tilt
two
rounding.
things. I heard the ledge dashes are really easy
So
too.
I have a mod on my controller that lets the right trigger light shield, which you can argue is cheating. Sure, I'm down.
I have that. I
That
just
is cheating.
never use it.
Yeah, but because of that, I can't turn on dash back out of crouch and up tilt rounding. So they're just off forever. Like I can't turn those on in the codes of Goomwave.
Mm-hmm.
So my controller is basically like a neutral Goomwave. It's not like a super duper Goomwave, but it's still been a Goomwave. If you don't know how Goomwaves work,
I feel like no one's using Goomwaves anymore.
no, I think as far as I know, it's just Curve. Curve's holding it down.
He's the only one.
He just got on one recently, I think, and
Mhm.
he's just like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just cheat if it's available.
I mean, yeah.
Why not?
I don't blame it.
Yeah, it's a good mentality, honestly. Goomwaves are dope as fuck as long as you upkeep them with like pots or whatever. You got to change the pots every month.
The pots are annoying, but
It is annoying.
not too annoying.
Yeah,
Slight annoyance.
it's annoying enough because I feel like at least when you miss some shit, you're like, fuck, do I got to change my pots? And
You start getting in your head about it.
yeah, I don't like thinking that shit anymore. So
And it wasn't for me. I was like, oh my God, it's been 2 months. I'm like, how much have I played?
yeah, you
I
start.
played 8 hours. Fuck, are my pots wearing?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hated that. It was so annoying.
And it's starting to annoy me, and it's I guess because I haven't really been playing recently, so I don't know where my pots are at and shit.
yeah, you don't know how juicy they are. I think when you're
Yeah.
playing a bunch, you kind of know.
You just kind of rotate them casually.
It's just something to think about that's annoying.
Yeah, and I've never really tried a fob, so I asked you to ask your controller guy if he could hook me up with one,
Mhm.
fucking Trico.
Mm-hmm.
So shout outs to him. He's hooking me up with a fob very soon, so I'll be switching.
Yeah, I knew Gooms got big time when he's like, I'm not making controllers anymore. He just assigned me a new crony.
he just gave
He's
me
like, here
his
you go.
homie.
And she was like, hey. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like,
Yeah.
sub for like 6 years. I was
Uh-huh.
like, all right,
Okay,
let's
fuck
do it. Like,
yeah,
so Gooms like, all right, I'm going to be gone, but if you need anything, ask this guy.
okay.
He's some little happy little big banana fan
That's
kid.
when he made
he's,
it,
just,
yeah.
he's just a little happy. And he's made me, the last one I had was really good. This one's really good.
he got you a brand new one recently, right? Like a
Yeah,
week
my
ago?
shit's nice.
Yeah, I saw it on the table. I think when I was over, that shit
Mhm.
looked mad pretty.
Oh, yeah, it's super nice.
Mm-hmm.
He does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it.
That's fucking.
I don't know if it's a fob 2.0 or I don't know the difference. I think the only difference is they're easier to make.
I don't think anyone does fobs like 1.0s or 1 point whatever. I think everyone just does 2.0 because it's like they're apparently just more. They're easy to build for one, and I think they might be a little more like I don't know what the word is. Fucking just not breakable.
Hold it down. I'm grabbing another thing out there.
Yeah. So fucking, I'm excited to just try out a fob. Never really tried one. In general, I know Mango was on Goomwave with me for a while. It was me, Mango, Geo. We're all on Goomwaves. I don't know why the fuck Geo got off of Goomwave, but I know Mango got off his because all the controller motherfuckers were bitching about Goomwave, saying that it should be banned. I guess. I don't know. It's like controller shit's so weird because it's like everyone has this idea in their head of what's right or wrong or what's bannable or not bannable. But then it's like there's just as many people that have the opposite idea. So it's really hard for everyone to come together and agree 100% what should be banned and what shouldn't be. And I think that's why Goomwave's gone on for so long. That's why Box has gone on for so long. Like there was rumors that Box was going to have a fucking complete standard new patch before Genesis, and it
Didn't
just didn't happen. I don't think so. because people couldn't come to an agreement, as far as I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's one day we're going to have one of these controller fucks.
Someone's got to put their foot down. Yeah,
And we just got to talk because, like, I haven't even heard much about controller shit, which kind of scares me. Because I feel like it means there's little rumblings in the background and these fucks in their Discord are, like,
I
scheming,
feel like
you
there's
know?
a controller Illuminati, and they're trying to figure it out, but they cannot come to an agreement on what's best for everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. But either way, I'm excited for the fob. I know you've been liking yours. I've been watching. You've been ledge dashing like a fucking madman.
Dude, my ledge dashes are frame perfect.
Dude, you're doing them like off forward Bs and shit. Like
right away.
Super fast. No waiting, no refresh. I was like, damn.
This is probably the best ledge dash control I've ever had.
But yeah, we got fucking Genesis. Full Bloom is the week after, right?
Full Bloom getting cucked in all.
Tiny bit. Just a tiny bit.
And Genesis is such a big daddy that they just kind of have to take it.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate, but I think Cody, Zane are going no matter what. And if I go,
that's already 3 big
that's
boys.
pretty juicy.
Yeah.
And then you get, like, I don't think they're, if we all three end up going, then it's pretty juicy. And I don't think they can be that mad.
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter what, the people that were going to go to Full Bloom are still going to go no matter what.
Exactly.
I think if anything, it might hurt a little bit of the top players going, but it seems like if you get 3 big boys, that's still better than nothing.
I'm still team if you have the means and you can afford to go back-to-back tournaments. Like, if you're lucky enough, I know we're hard timing it right now, and not everyone has that. But I think if you have that, I don't see how going to 2 tournaments in a row is that hard.
Oh, dude.
And a lot of Melee players don't really stream. So it's like,
what's going on?
Like, when I go back-to-back, I get home, got to check on JoJo. I'm like, you good? All right. And then I have to stream.
Yeah.
And then travel right away. And it's just, like, a lot. But, like, if you're not streaming, like, you guys are younger than me. I'm fucking 32. A lot of these, everyone's, like, in their mid-20s. Late. I'm like, you guys, like, I feel like back-to-back shouldn't have, although I hate back-to-back, I think it's just, like, I think you have to do it a few times. And then I feel like you have a weird seniority where it's like, all right, I did my back-to-backs.
Yeah.
Even though, like, maybe that's fucking stupid, but, like, in my head, I'm like, I've done my fair share of back-to-backs.
It's weird, man. The thing that sucks about back-to-backs is how long is it going to be after that until you have to travel again, I think. Like, if you got at least 3 weeks after that to chill.
Yeah, you could do back-to-back.
If you do back-to-back and you get a week off and then another one, that's when it starts getting really fucked up.
No, that's brutal.
Yeah,
if you're doing 3 in a month, pretty much, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, my rule this year is I can do 2 a month. I'm not doing more than 2 a month.
Yeah.
And I'm doing no back-to-backs. But I might do it for Full Bloom just to get me back into kind of just throwing myself into.
You just go guns a-blazing.
Lions cave. That's what I did when I got ranked 10th, 10th or 11th, whatever it was. Remember I went to Genesis, and then the last minute I went to Pound, and then I went to, like, Summit. It was all, like, real quick. I got fucked up. But it, like, quickly. It was like a quick reality check. I was like, all right, I suck. I got to work on this.
And then Summer, you went crazy.
And then I won SmashCon. So, like, I might just do that again where let me lose Genesis, let me lose Full Bloom.
Yeah.
Get mad, and then go from there. Because I play better when I have a chip on my shoulder.
Fucking, yeah. I mean, seems like you're in good spirits with the game. Personally, I'm very excited for this year because I think, like, a lot of people tried to act like last year wasn't that important or didn't matter, but
yeah, I know we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And you were like, people were saying, oh, trying to take away from the year.
Yeah.
Saying, like, nobody cares or whatever. And I think it's not that nobody cared, it's everybody sucked.
That too, yeah.
Like, the best way I can describe it is, like, in the NFL right now, if you're a football fan, it just feels like every team sucks.
Everyone's
and it doesn't mean no one's trying. It's just, like, the defenses are kind of better. I think there's more pressure to be good now.
Yeah.
In Melee. And I kind of, like, so it's not that everyone was bad. It's just, or, like, not trying or whatever. It's just I think everyone was bad.
Yeah.
AMSA went from, like, 2 to 8.
It's funny, too, because not a lot of people talk about the mental aspect of Melee, like, at all. And I think it's like, dude, like, we went from the rankings kind of being this thing that were just guaranteed. There was, like, no contesting it because it was just very obvious who the top players were. And it was almost pretty obvious in what order, too. To this year.
They always did themselves.
Yeah, this year kind of was like, I think everyone wanted it so bad and everyone was getting really good that it could have gone in a lot of different ways for the rankings, and that probably fucked with people's head a lot more than people want to talk about.
These new kids are more ranking oriented. Don't get me wrong, I love rankings. I've had my hissy fits about rankings, but I think that culture carries down, and, like, the new kids.
It's funny, man. Like, a single number goes so big for a lot of them because, like, I come from like, this is me really funny to say, but this is probably why I've always been, like, very not caring about my rank. But, like, growing up with us, it was like, if you're not number one, you're not number one.
That's it. Yeah.
So it's like you can just always be better. So like my mentality is always like, well, I could just be better, but I'm not good enough. So it's like I was top 20 year after year after year, and I was like, well, I'm not number one, so why the fuck do I care about being 19 to 17? It's like not that big of a fucking deal to me.
Well, I think it goes if you're top 20, cool.
Mm.
Then it's like top 10.
Might start mattering a
top
bit
5.
more.
I think it goes in that range. But like if you're 19 to 17, it's like, do you really care?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you might, and I think it's okay. It's fair to care. Like you can feel however you want.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that it's like dumb to care about it, but I think it's dumb to like fucking
go crazy,
straight up ruin your mentality over a single number. It's like, dude, you're already top 20 in the world. Probably means you're a pretty fucking good player. Like, you know, just keep at it, be consistent. If it didn't happen this year, it'll probably happen next year or the year after. Just keep at it. You know?
Yeah. So I think it was a mix of that and like looking at last year, like people are like it wasn't that great. It was just you need good players to perform. It's the same like in the NBA.
No.
Like if in a year where like LeBron, Steph, KD, like all the fucking super OGs go on a run, opposed to like last year, you could say Cody's fucking the Nuggets of Melee. Nobody gave a fuck, but like viewership was just objectively down because it was Nuggets Miami.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of the same way in Melee, where just some years are gonna be like last year felt boring because Cody's kind of new. He's definitely got like the smaller fan base. He's like a small market team essentially.
You know, also on top of it being that, I think it's really, really funny to say this, but their rivalry feels so fucking like watered down as a rivalry because they literally play every day.
It's a weak rivalry while being really cool that they do play a lot. I'm all team like their mix-ups have gone deeper
and deeper,
than any other rivalry probably in the history of any sport. But it does feel like they play too much, and it kind of I think people get turned off by that. You could say in the comments of like Cody Zane playing too much like kind of takes away from you. Because for me, like if they just played once a week, but it's like every day,
like every fucking other, even if it's not every day, it's like every other day, and it's like, dude, their storyline is like non-existent. It's like two homies that just play, but then when they finally have to go to tournament, they really, really want to win. It's cool. It's tight, but I think anyone that like follows either of them as players knows that they play every day, and you probably have a good idea of who's gonna win or who's gonna lose, and it's like
feels like a shitty anime.
It's like a shitty anime that goes on, and then it makes a shitty movie because it's based on the shitty anime episodes. That
and
are
it lasts
out.
all year.
Yeah,
and it's not even like I feel like if Cody and Zayn want to play each other, go ahead, go do your thing. But it's like I think the people looking in, get rubbed off that way. Like rubbed away from like that whole thing, and I feel like you had that with like AMSA was the reason 2022 Melee was so good. It's like J-Mook, who the fuck is this guy? He's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
AMSA, holy shit, low tier.
Off.
Holy shit, Mango's making a comeback. Holy shit, Cody's hot. Holy shit, Zane's fucking fighting for his life. Like H-Box weight at one point, H-Box was like maybe top 3. It was
nice
like
again,
so you add all those things in, and it's so many storylines going into like the main funnel of what makes Melee exciting. And last year was just Cody Zane
cleaning up,
and it was like they play all the time. They're in finals. They play the first to 10.
Yeah,
and it felt like I thought like I do like the cool aspect where they know everything about each other.
Yeah, it is cool for sure
in that regard. But it's also like you guys play all the time.
I'll be the dickhead. Motherfuckers, stop playing every day. Like,
I've been trying to tell them. I'm like, play once a week, bro.
Like, I don't give a fuck if you guys think you're like increasing the level of Melee for each other. Just you guys talk about you want to say Melee. This is a little hot sauce for 1 year. Just 1 year. Stop playing each other so much. You two are the players to beat. You guys kind of only lose to each other. Save that shit for the tournament. Save that shit for the tournament.
Once a week, hype. That's only 4 times a month, opposed to 20 times a month. I think would help. But it's like
all I'm saying is I fucking love Korean barbecue, but if I eat it every fucking day, I'm gonna get a little sick of it eventually. But when I have that Korean barbecue once a fucking month, ooh, it's gonna hit. Zayn and Cody just Korean barbecue as brothers.
That's what I think Slippy took away. It's like back in the day when it was like,
dude,
Armada came over and we played. We hadn't played in 8 months.
It was Korean barbecue for the masses. We were all eating Korean barbecue when you guys played.
So it was like we just played a friendly session and everyone was like, holy shit, like we're not gonna see this.
Yeah,
but obviously we're better than we've ever been.
That is the fair thing to say. Yeah, everyone is way better.
See, I think just even regarding last year, it's like AMSA fell off, so you lost the AMSA storyline.
Mm.
J-Mook fucking fell off hard. You lost that like upcoming star.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing. You lost me. H-Box is kind of stagnant and just like he's gonna get 5th, 7th. So you lost that like H-Box factor. So it wasn't that nobody cared last year. It was just we lost.
Everyone was kind of just shit
Everyone
in the
just
bed.
sucked.
Yeah.
And then it was just Cody and Zane who play all the time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're left with.
I see.
So like you said, like people didn't care. It's people cared. They were just bad.
Hmm.
The reality is everyone was bad at Melee.
Yeah,
last
as a
year.
whole.
Like who was good? Like in your head?
Not me.
Not me. Not H-Box. Not AMSA.
Yeah,
Like-
fair.
And then even like Plup, but you're like, oh, Plup went to 5 tournaments. And you're like, oh, Leffen was good. Oh, Leffen went to 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
And it was like, so I think that's why people were turned off by last year. It's just we had no storylines, and then it was just Cody Zane, which we see all the time, and then
Yeah.
I think add all that together, and we're hoping things get better.
Yeah.
I think AMSA moving back.
Be big.
I think AMSA shot himself in the foot. I think when you're the low tier,
Going to a bunch of tournaments is
going to
rough.
a bunch of tournaments is bad.
Yeah.
If you're playing Cody and Moki 20 times in 3 months, you're probably
That's a
not going to
lot.
beat them.
Yeah.
Because, like,
The Foxes are fuckers.
at the end of the day, if you're the low tier player, you're gimmicky regardless,
Mhm.
and not even like in a bad, mean way. You can be gimmicky. That's your thing. You play a character nobody plays.
Yeah.
But if you're giving these guys all that practice, so I think AMSA going back to Japan might
Might
help
be good
him.
for him. Yeah.
If he's only playing Cody once every 2-3 months instead of 7 times, all of a sudden he can probably he's still in sets more often.
That's fair.
At least in my head, I think.
It's a good way to look at it, I think. Where I was going with this before we segued super hard is I definitely sucked last year, but I swear to God when I say I didn't care. And this year, I really want to fucking care, and I think I still objectively have to just suck to everyone right now. I feel like I'm already getting like a lot better than I was last year, like a lot better. So I'm really excited to travel, and like I'm excited to try and like prove shit's different this year. You know what I'm saying? I think if I had to guess, I'm gonna be ranked like fucking I don't even know what, dude. It's
Let's
gonna be so
take this
funny.
time to guess Joey's rank. I'm gonna say 60, 67.
I think it's gonna be lower, dude. I think
I
they're
say 67.
I would be shocked if I'm below 70. I think I'll be above 70.
We'll see. So you're
Yeah.
going upper 70, lower 70.
Yeah, upper 70, lower 70.
So I'll go lower. I think
I'll
67.
Be, yeah, I think I'll be upper, and I want to try my ass off. And my goal right now is to try and get back to top 20. I think I could do it. Annoyingly enough, I will have to travel like at least like a bit. I'm hoping it's just if I can get one tournament a month, that's gonna be tight.
I think one's doable.
Yeah, I think if I can do one a month, so hopefully I can do that. Started off the year, little baby Arizona tournament.
I heard the legends of. So you've gone to. I was gonna go
Syrian
to.
Sands.
I'd be at the Egg Dog tournament right now,
yeah.
and I'll make fun of Cody for that in the Patreon episode. I won't go into it right now. I have some things I need to say about that. I'll save it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm 3 beers in. But yeah, you. I've been wanting to compete. I was gonna go. Got a little cock blocked. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Oh.
You got to play. So how's Arizona?
Yeah, it was cool, man. Funny enough, it was Yuma, Arizona, so it was like right on the border of Arizona and California. It was like only like a 3.5 hour drive. It was real chill. Funny enough, I got there and like most of the people that came up and talked to me, like the first thing they kept saying was like, "Dude, it's so cool to have you out here.
Mhm.
How the fuck did Meds convince you to come?" And I looked everyone in the eye and told them I would not have come to Arizona for Meds. I
That's
don't,
Guru,
I don't
right?
give a fuck about Meds. My man, Guru. Guru's been a long time sub, long time homie. One of my Mexican brothers in the chat. And he had asked me, I think, the year before to come to Yuma, and he'd even asked, I swear to God, a year before that to maybe think about coming to Yuma just to like go to a small tournament. But then they have like this yearly tournament. It's like a regional type thing, and they get like all the Arizona players there.
like a
Mexicali
juicer.
comes. Yeah. So this was their second one. They invited me, and I was like, you know what, Guru, dude, he's been holding it down. Like, you know, sometimes I'll have a slow day and chat, and like he'll just come in like, yo, 5 subs gifted, Guru, I love you, man. I'm like, Guru, I love you too, bro. It's like, you know, I owe it to him. So I went out, and I had to do a Weeb Friday because you were busy on some
I was doing
business
some
shit.
work things.
Yeah, some work related shit. So I had to stream Friday night. Did a Weeb Wednesday on a Friday, which if you guys don't know what that is, come to chat whenever and ask about it. We'll talk all about it. But basically, I got down with the Weebs. We were animated out the night before. I think I drank a 12-pack of beer, had a tall can of a 12% stout. I got fucking lit. And I had to drive to Arizona at 7 a.m. the morning
That's
after.
brutal.
It was brutal. So I thought, you know what? I really wanted to win this tournament, but work calls, and sometimes for work, you got to get drunk. So I had no hope of winning that tournament in my head. But like after it was
It's the
done,
best mentality, bro.
yeah,
I don't give a fuck mentality is strong.
it's the Fox mentality.
Yep.
So after the stream, I had told my mom I was getting drunk and I had to drive to Arizona. So she's a sweet Mexican lady. She bought me like 4 Pedialites without
got
telling
you?
me. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I started pounding those, ate some food, some dinner, chugged a bunch of water, and I woke up surprisingly no
Felt
hangover.
good?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Pedialyte will go big.
Yeah. So like I slept the whole car ride there. And we got there, and funny enough, me and Bond have been starting to practice basketball. We've been shooting this shit. And Bond's a fucking fiend, bro. He's like, it's like, you know how like there's fucking metal detectors? He's like a park detector. Like he'll be driving, he's like, ooh, park.
Trying to shoot real
Yeah,
quick?
he's like trying to shoot. He's got his ball in the car in the trunk. Always trying to shoot somewhere. And so we got to Arizona. He's like, all right, I didn't want to tell you guys, but I looked up and there's 3 parks in like a 2-mile radius.
Oh, he went.
Yeah. So Bond came last minute, and we got to the tournament. I think singles started at 4. We got there at 2:00. We went straight to a park and started shooting basketballs. We were just shooting some hoops for like probably about an hour from 2 to 3. Went to the hotel, chilled out, got clean, everything, showered, all that that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Went down to the venue and just started gaming, playing Melee.
Probably felt good to work out. before playing.
Dude, it was tight. It was fucking tight. And funny enough, like I said, I felt really good. Had a couple drinks. I wasn't playing too hot for whatever fucking reason. I don't want to just like
Because you got wasted the night before. What do you mean?
exactly. Well, because I felt good, so I thought I'd be playing great.
Dude, I think as we get older, I think the effects of alcohol, like even if it's not there, I think it's
Do more than we think.
tarnishing your brain
Yeah.
in like some way. Like
Yeah.
I think when we were younger, I just fucking
Mhm.
get wasted. Now the day, even if I wake up and feel okay, I feel like just always a little groggy. You know, it's just there, like the aftermath.
Well, long story short, these motherfuckers was gaming. These Arizona kids were pretty fucking good in my head.
Mhm.
I was like, either I'm playing like ass, or these kids are
Kids
all
gaming.
these kids are all gonna be J-Mook in 2 years. Like these kids were nuts. They were tech chasing me. They were playing well. Like I had never heard of like half the kids I played. They're all fucking playing great, and I was like, damn, I am not gonna win this tournament. Like, I don't want to like shit on these kids and say I don't know who they are, but if I can't beat them, I'm probably not gonna be able to beat Meds, CPU Zero. I was just like kind of panicking in my head, so I just went to the bar, got a Red Bull vodka.
Mm-hmm. So I was saying how the brain is like tarnished. When you get the Red Bull vodka, it sprinkles
A little bit of life in it.
life, and it just puts like a Band-Aid over it. It's like, we'll deal with this later.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it does. It just like, we'll worry about this
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
You just juice up again.
But I got to play Noyo, who's like an old school practice partner. Not old school, but like I think last year when I did need to play in the morning, Noyo was always
Is
down.
there? Yeah.
So I got to play Noyo. Fuck Noyo. My bad, Noyo.
Get fucked.
Got to play CPU Zero, winners and losers, which going into winners finals, lost to Meds, game 5, last stock. I was salty about it. I told Meds, I'm going to fuck you up in grand finals. Just you wait. And he's like, I'll see you there, man. Like, how happy.
I love yours and Meds' rivalry. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's very old school.
It's old school.
Where you guys are like boys, but there's so much bickering
Yeah.
and shit talk.
And, dude, it's funny because Meds is, like, exactly like me, I want to say. Where when he wins, he's just like, yeah, man, you got this. You can beat me. Don't worry. But in his head, I know he's just like,
He's just being a
nah, I
smug
fucked
little
him up.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I lost, I was like, oh, I'm going to fuck you up in losers. It's like, yeah, man, you got this. And he's like, all his fucking family's there. His like
Yeah,
little
all his
kids
kids.
popping off. He's like, yeah, dad. I was like, God damn it. I can't be mad at the little kid. He's just hyped for his dad.
That would have went Kobe Bryant in that mode, dude.
Yeah.
I would have been like, fuck them
So
kids, bro.
I went out, sat down, chugged my Red Bull vodka, went back in the room, started fucking up with CPU Bowser. Went to the mode and got to play CPU Zero again, who I thought might beat me, but that went really well. I ended up going like game 10 with Meds. And
You guys had a little
Grands,
hood classic.
Yeah. And it was funny because like I feel like I played well, but I also played really stupid. I was
It'd
just
be like that.
I was just kind of like feeling myself where I was like playing so well that I'd be like, okay, I have a stock lead. I can go be an idiot. And I would just die instantly. I'm like, oh, shit. So it ended up going to like game 10, which was crazy. But got the W.
You
Good
did
way-
hit him with okay. So you're one of two people. When a Marf gets reverse 3-0'd by Fox on FD,
Yeah.
you either say that's the mango or that's the Zane. Both have different connotations of
Uh-huh.
if you want to be a dick or you just
Yeah. That Meds did the Zane or I did the
yeah.
mango.
Did you do the mango or did Zane do
I
Meds do
did
the
the
Zane?
mango. I did the
You did the mango. Okay.
I fucked him up on FD. I think in the set it was 2 games of FD because he went up 2-0 against me. So like the same thing with the $50,000 set, $50,000 set at Summit, except mine was worth $50, and it was just like
Dude, the beauty of Melee is that it all matters.
yeah. It was
Yep.
pride, bro.
The thing is, like, the beauty of Melee is I think if you and Meds played for $50, you're both trying as hard
Yeah.
as if you were playing for the 50,000.
50,000, yeah.
That is the beauty of Melee.
Yeah. And so I won the 2 games on FD to reverse 3-0 him, which was so tight. I stood
good.
up. I was like, I need some fucking water. I'm not rushing this shit. Walked around the room, got some water, sat back down, and I am almost positive he didn't really want to take me to FD in the second set, so he took me to somewhere else. And I think we played FD game 5 of the second set.
There was FD game 5. I
Yeah,
remember.
so either he saved FD or he didn't want to go FD because he preferred to go Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck it. And so like I beat him all 3 games of FD, Marth Fox, in the second set.
He didn't beat you once. Yeah.
Now in grand finals, yeah, I just won every FD game, so I'm basically Mango Jr.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of badass.
Feels good.
Tell your friends, yeah. But long story short, it was a cool way to start the year. Like I said, I've been kind of slowly grinding for the last couple weeks. Nothing too crazy, but I just seen like little results in the mentality because I think like normal me, I would have probably just like been so tilted about losing the winner set that I would not have been able to come back in losers. So
Well, I think it's funny you say that. Just like I think we've played so much Melee where I'll tilt out of a tournament and be like, even like last Genesis, like people would die for the opportunity to compete at a Genesis, fly from across the world. And to me, I was like, nah, I'm going Doc. I don't care.
yeah,
Just because we've been to so many tournaments
it's 15 fucking years plus.
where it's
whatever.
like, nah, I'll get it next time. But I
Yeah.
think because we took the year off, I think that will happen a lot less.
yeah, because we just actually want it more.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I was saying just that you're like I'd play Melee right now.
Dude, yeah,
I want to play.
I've been
If it was
feeling-
TV, I'm
yeah.
like, we play for like 30 minutes, an
My
hour
hands a
before we
little
go.
warm. I'm like, ooh, I would play good right now.
Yeah, so I feel like that. I don't want to say fire. Fire's corny, but I guess I will say fire.
Mm-hmm.
Just love of the game.
Yeah.
Want to play. Want to get better.
Yeah, man.
Want to travel again. I'm just back.
It's cool. It's a good feeling. Last year was definitely
It's a party year.
it was a first for me, I think, because I've had my years where I'm just kind of lazy about Melee, but there's always like at least a small span where I try, or I care and I want to win and I want to get better. Last year I don't feel like I fucking had that at all. It was like maybe just like going into Big House was the only time I had it, and I got rocked at Big House, so I was like
That was it.
torn because I spent all year not caring, and then the 1 month I did care, I got rocked.
Yeah.
So this year it's a completely different feeling. I'm very excited to play.
I feel like, and this is me being cocky, but I'm like, if I just had to beat Cody to win tournaments,
Dude.
I'm like, okay.
You know what's
I'm
funny?
like, all right, yeah, I'm down. Let's play Cody.
The funny way about how the rankings works and how like, I don't want to shit on the rankings because I know the rankings guys have their own fucking battles they got to deal with social media and shit. But like one of the main ways I think I stayed top 20 so long was even if I had a weird year, Johnny was always like borderline top 10.
That was your guy, right?
Yeah, so if I got a couple wins on Johnny, that was a couple top 10 wins for me.
Yeah.
For you, even if you got ranked like 11th on some dumb shit, if you just run into Cody a couple times, just
Yeah.
a couple first rank 1 wins on your belt, that goes a long way.
Yeah, I did play. That's why I saw, not that I want to get into rankings, I saw people ranking me like 7th or 8th
Yeah.
for
I saw
that. I'm like,
Wait a minute.
dude, I was looking at it and I'm like, I had a totally fine year. I'm like, my year was pretty good.
It was decent. Yeah.
I'm like, I had a good year and I have a win on number 1 because I did beat Cody once. I didn't beat Zane last year.
Okay.
I will say when I played Cody at Big House, I felt like he has a lot of new things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. I remember when I lost, I was like, I'll see you in a few months. I was like,
Yeah. I also think you were just even if you were trying your best at the time, I think mentally you just weren't gonna 100% be there. No matter
well, no,
what.
I was there 100% mentally
You
or
think so?
trying to be. I just wasn't there gameplay wise.
Yeah.
The only reason I beat Moki that tournament and
You
made it as far, it was just all
hate.
this hate and
Yeah.
just mental game. I was like, I'll be
Yeah.
fine. It was just all that and I felt like I was not good. But
Fair.
on average, I'd rather have that. Because even then, I fucking, the game 4, me and Cody easily could have went to game 5.
Yeah, I remember.
And just pure off mental and keeping it together, keeping
Mhm.
it composed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm telling you, I'm going to the next Mango in progress. I'm going to enter.
Oh, are you actually?
I need practice. I hate going to Genesis.
I
Just
mean, yeah,
brawl.
man. If we can get honestly, it's funny to say because I get it. Everyone kind of has to deal with LA traffic for the Mango in
It is
progress.
a bitch.
I get it. Not everyone wants to do it, but SoCal has been in a weird spot, and I think you got Cadorn in San Diego holding it down. You got kind of me, Curve, in Orange County, kind of holding it down. You got Shep, fucking Geo, Nut, Casper holding it down north of LA. If we can all come together once a month for the Mango in progress and just start making SoCal a power region again, That'd be fucking huge.
Dude, once a month everyone comes out, would be sick.
Yeah, and if you enter it too, like that'd be fucking hype.
I'm telling you, my game 5 against Zio.
Okay.
Me and Zio are gonna have a classic.
And then you're talking about wanting to fly someone out maybe at some point for Mango.
Yeah, I think not
Progress.
this one, but I think once we could easily, because
Yeah.
they could just house it somebody.
Yeah, and there's definitely like the idea of a flight is always kind of annoying sometimes because like weekend flights can be so expensive, but I think most places just flying in on a Tuesday.
Oh yeah, middle of the week we can get.
Yeah,
If they live not super duper East Coast, you probably get it
Mhm.
for like $200.
yeah, I think it wouldn't be that bad. So
Mhm.
honestly, if it's like even if it's like Midwest, it might legit be like 100, 150.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just fucking make Kalindi come to this one, the next one.
Yeah, honestly, I got some ideas. I think fucking Texas is a gold mine. The flights out there are so cheap, and then like you got like 3 really fucking good players out there. You got SFOP, Bobby, and Salt.
Yeah.
And like, dude, flight. I would imagine you could get like a flight in Texas for like $100 round trip in the weekdays.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a freebie, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm super down with to
No.
grow that to be kind of. I mean, we need something to replace SSS.
Yeah.
I don't think anything ever will, just because
That was a gold mine.
of like that time and era and
Mhm.
everything. Like, and everyone was willing. Everyone was so melee pilled that
Yeah.
everyone just went.
Yeah.
But I guess it's if we did it on the weekends, I think we could. Weekdays is a little bit of weekdays is annoying.
Be hard to find. It's just so hard to find a venue, and shit's just so expensive now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, this is a pretty good little talk. I think talking about 2024. Got Genesis on the board. Practicing for Genesis, the new controllers. I'm pretty excited. Shout out to Trico again for making my controller. Can't wait to get it. We got fucking Full Bloom possibly for you.
Well, the thing is, it'll be streamed on my channel, so I'm more likely to go for that.
Yeah, I mean, if Cody and Zane are there, it'll go 2 ways, right? It'll be you get fucked up at Genesis by either of them, and you want to fuck them up the week after. That'll probably motivate you more too.
I'm down to get fucked up by both of them
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then even then, if you beat their asses, maybe you want to do it again. Say fuck it, double down, go again.
Nah, I went Genesis. I'm
You chilling?
chilling.
All right. Well, yeah. Either way.
I think if I did win Genesis, which I will always say I have the skill, I just don't know if I have that. For me, I play better obviously after a few losses.
Mhm.
You guys, the classic Mangoes. I always get I'm fucking Rocky, bro. I get my ass beat,
Mhm.
but I need to get my ass beat first. But maybe since I feel like fresh and like
Rejuvenated.
I feel like I don't need to get my ass beat this time.
You might not, honestly. Maybe the rankings will make you feel like you got your ass beat because it'll just like be a reminder that everyone's kind of fucking sleeping on you for no reason.
If I get ranked, I've done it in my head. I should be 5 or 6. And again, I do not care about rankings. If I get ranked 8th or 9th, I'm just gonna say rankings are stupid. But I like won't care.
Mhm.
If I cared, I would have tried. It's funny. People were like, "Oh, Mango does this and he cares about," but I'm like, I don't care this year. Last year, I blatantly did not care.
Yeah, obviously.
So like, if I get whatever I get, I'll live with it. But if I'm not 5 or 6, I'm gonna be like,
wait a minute.
I'm just gonna be like, how are these people above me? Like, with.
Mhm.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I think we can probably call it a wrap. I wanted to say personally, fucking, I read the comments once in a while in the Patreon or in the YouTube episodes
Mhm.
more so. A lot of people don't understand the format of the Patreon episodes and the YouTube episodes. So just to double down, I want to throw this in here that we do 2 episodes a month, right? So right now we just did the YouTube episode. This will be up. See you guys in a bit.
It should be up in a few days.
Yeah, a few days. We are going to record a Patreon episode right after this, and this will be on the Patreon a week or 2 after that. So if you are wondering where the next episode will be, it is a Patreon exclusive. The whole idea of this podcast is to get an episode out for the people and an episode out for the people plus the homies that are willing to help support the Patreon and just support the cause of everything we're trying to do and stuff. And the more subscribers we have, the more ability we have to just make this podcast bump even harder and harder and harder, get more special guests on here, be able to maybe travel to do podcast episodes at different places, all kinds of that shit. It all comes down to how many Patreons we can, get supporting us. So if you are interested in the next episode, we'll see you guys there on the Patreon.
If not, as Pokimane said, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
That fucking hurt my tooth.
Peace.
Deuces.